So obviously you might have seen that Felipe Clement released a video, a little day in the life, his first day at Ibrox, and within that video he released a small clue about how he may be planning to face Hibs tactically, and I'll be honest, it's quite interesting. Now, the next 3 games at Ibrox is probably the most excited fans have been since Beale took charge the first time. We've got the game at the weekend at home to Hibs, we've got a midweek game away to Sparta Prague, and then following that we've got another home game against Hearts in the league. Now, obviously, fans have every right to be excited. I mean, new manager comes in, new blood in the door. How's the team going to play? How's he going to change the style of play? What formation is he going to go for to get this team firing again? Because, well, it's going to be an absolutely huge job to take Beale's players and make something out of it until the January transfer window. And although I'd absolutely love to get into this game and see dramatic changes, I'd like to see players play with more desire, more intensity, but to be honest, the truth is, do I expect to see massive changes right for the get-go? Probably not, because at the end of the day, these are still Beale's players. A team which, during the season so far, lacked a bit of tactical identity, lacked any roles within the team, and lacked any direction to go in. So, obviously, Clement's got a massive job in his hands. To be honest, I'm more interested in the 2 games following the Hibs game, the one in Prague and the one against Hearts, because firstly, as Clement says, a lot of players have only just came back from international duty, so he's not had the chance to actually have a proper look at those players. And number 2, Clement's literally just in the door. At most, when you're a manager that's just in the door, you kind of have to rely on your motivational skills and make sure that the demands and the standards that you want to see throughout the rest of the season are displayed from the get-go. Now obviously we'd love to see that taken in by the players, and we'd like to see that spark and desire through fear maybe of losing their starting position in the team. But if you're looking forward to this Hibs game to see dramatic changes within the team, I wouldn't get your hopes up. Now before we jump on to what this tactical sneak preview is, I just want to remind you that the BlueSea channel now has memberships. For $3.99, it's a great way for you guys to be able to support us, so that not only can we invest more in the podcast and the videos, getting better equipment, being able to put more time into it, more energy into it, but over the course of the season we want to, upgrade those memberships to bring more benefits to you and give a bit more back. So for those of you who have already got the membership, we really appreciate the support. Honestly, it means a lot to us. And if you've not got the membership yet, then that join button's up there. There's also a link in the description, and if you're on iPhone, then I recommend you use that link because, well, for whatever reason you can't really find the join button on iPhone. So during this day in the life that he'd posted, this kind of montage of what he got up to in his first day in charge at Ibrox, we saw a scene where Clement was at a tactics board, and on that tactics board looked to be, the front 3 are pretty wide, there looks to be wingers in there, which a lot of fans again are going to welcome, and I welcome as well, because obviously during the Beale era, a feature of that so far was that narrow front 3, and not only did that not work, but it was a complete disaster for the get-go. We knew it wasn't working as soon as we faced Kilmarnock in the first game of the season. The front 3 were flat, void of ideas, struggled to finish. There was absolutely zero movement, a lot of ball watching. It's a formation that probably will forever force fear on every single Rangers fan. But at least Clement's identified the problem and he's hopefully looking to fix that. Because in my opinion, wingers have always been a staple of Rangers play. Having that wide front 3 with obviously 2 fullbacks that can push up the pitch is a staple in our link-up play. Those overlaps down the wing. It's where most of their successes came so far in previous seasons. Now, as we've said in previous videos and previous podcasts, all Clement needs to do is have a look at this team, find what formation, what system, what identity fits this team best for now, for the short term, until we get to the January window, and then we can reassess. He can bring a couple of his own players in to fill key positions, and then we go from there. In my opinion, I'm not going to judge Clement too heavily tactically because in my opinion his hands are tied for now. What I'm going to judge is, again, the performance on the pitch, because when you come in and you've got hold of someone else's team that's, void of motivation, that's flat, that's been underperforming so far this season, the one metric that we can judge a new manager on is the motivational and communication skills. All Clement can do right now is make small tweaks here and there to get the best out of the players he currently has. And obviously the fact that this was another man's squad, paired with the fact that we've got a lot of players out injured right now, again, there's no bigger task for him than this stage of his Rangers career. So again, I'm absolutely buzzing to to see how he can pull this squad together and get a tune out of the underperforming players, because to be honest, if he ends up getting a tune out of the likes of Dessers, I mean, every single fan's going to fall in love with him straight off the bat. So in terms of expectations, what I'd love to say to fellow Rangers fans is, I know a lot of people said we wanted to give Beale time, but the only comparison from giving Beale time to giving Clement time was the fact that not only was Beale here for a much longer time, but Beale also had transfer windows to be able to build this squad. He wanted to build the system that he played at the start of the season, and he'd done that, and it didn't work. In my opinion, there was absolutely no signs for Beale that he intended in changing the way he played or his recruitment methods either. But obviously, in terms of time, now Clement's completely different because he's got 2 jobs in his hand. Well, 3 jobs in his hand. 1, he's got to motivate someone else's squad. 2, he's got to fix someone else's mistakes. And then 3, once he gets to that next transfer window, that's when the clock starts ticking and fans are going to be expecting a lot better performances, an identity, a tactical system, and ultimately success. Right now, he's got a bigger job, I'd say, than the previous couple of managers, just for that fact. Now, obviously, the next 3 games are absolutely massive. We've got the run-up to a cup game as well, and obviously the run-up to Christmas is always important, no matter what season it is, how many points you're in front or behind. So as hard as some may find it, 1, we need to get behind the manager, and 2, we need to support the manager's pursuit in motivating this current squad and getting a tune out of them, and we need to get behind the squad also. So if you're enjoying the content, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like. Remember what I said earlier on in the video about the memberships, it's a great way to support us. The link to that is down in the description along with all our socials links, so it'd be great to see you over there, and I'll see you next time.